Hi, thanks for coming to my channel. I'm your Everyday Joe. Today I'm going to be making a couple of stuffed pork chops with some asparagus, so stay tuned.
We appreciate you watching this video. If you want to show support to this channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. And to stay up to date on new content, when we release it, ring the notification bell. You can also visit us on our website or look for us on social networks. Now let's get into the video.
We're going to need a couple of pork chops, maybe 1.5 inches thick. If you can get them thicker, even better. It's easier to stuff. A bunch of asparagus. And for seasoning, we got salt, pepper, some garlic, some onion powder, some parsley. For the stuffing, I'm going to be using some chopped spinach with some cream cheese and some seasoning. We're going to be steaming our asparagus along with our pork chops at the same time. I'm going to chop up the spinach. It's just baby spinach leaves, already pre-cleaned. So I'm just going to chop it up for, I'm just going to saute it for a little bit. So I'll just give it a quick rough chop here because it's going to shrink anyway. So I'm just going to get this into a bowl here and get it onto the stovetop. All right, so I'm just waiting for this pan to heat up a little bit. Okay, looks like it's pretty warm. Put a little bit of olive oil in there. Okay, we're going to get some garlic in there. All right. It's probably about a teaspoon of garlic. Okay, a little pinch of salt in there. And some pepper. Okay, get that in there. We just don't want to burn it. Okay, so now we're going to add the spinach. Okay. Put some thyme in it. You never have enough thyme, so we're going to put a little thyme in there. Okay, we're just going to break up a couple of sage leaves. Okay. So you can see it's shriveled down. It's shrinking down quite a bit. We're not going to need a whole lot because we're going to mix it with some of that cheese, the cream cheese. Okay. But you want to make sure that this is somewhat cool before you mix the cream cheese into it. Otherwise, it's just going to get too goopy. Goopy is the word. Okay. All right, we're going to turn that off. So you see, it only took about a minute or so to shrink that. That was a good bunch, maybe about a cup's worth of baby spinach. So I'm just going to let that cool a little bit. We're going to get back to the counter. I'm going to show you how to slice a pocket into the pork chops. So I'll see you on that side. I'm going to grab the cream cheese and put that into the cooled off baby spinach and just mix it around a little bit. You want to make sure you get it pretty incorporated. Don't have to go crazy with it though. And you want to use your cream cheese at room temperature if you can. Okay, and you can smell the garlic and all the seasoning, the sage that's in there. So it smells really good. Okay, looks pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna put that aside. We're going to take our pork chop here, and this is about 1.5 inches thick. If you go about 2 inches, it's obviously going to be a little thicker, a little easier to stuff. Take a little paring knife here, find the thick end of it here, and just want to make a small opening. Okay, when you move it around, you want to, if I don't know if you could see this up here, you want to put it in and move it around to open it so that you're not making a huge cut into it. Okay. So all we want to do is make a pocket. Okay, and it's right into this section right here, this big section. That's where we want the pocket to be. If you try to go on the outside here, it'll just start leaking out as it starts cooking. Okay, so let's just open that up just a little bit. Just so we can get our finger in there. Okay, and usually what I do is just get your thumb or your index finger in there just to spread it out. Just make it easier to be able to stuff it. Okay, so we have the opening here. Okay, we're gonna take some of that and we're just gonna push it right in there. Okay. In there. Just push that in the best you can. It's going to be a little bit messy, but that's fine. Okay, just get in there with fingers and just push that into the pocket. Okay, so you don't want to overfill it, because if you do, what will happen is it'll just leak out, and we're going to try not to make too much of a mess in our air fryer oven at this point. Okay, so there's one. Yeah, let's get it all in there. Okay, so I've done this one here. I'm going to do the second one here. We're going to season it with salt and pepper, and I'm going to get it on the rack for the power air fry oven. Okay, so we're going to take these stuffed pork chops, one here, and one here. Now I placed it on a pre-sprayed rack just so it doesn't stick. I'm going to add a little bit of oil to the tops. Don't need too much, because it's just going to air fry, but we want to try to get a good crust on it, so I'm going to use a high temperature on the air fryer. Okay, a little onion powder on it. A little bit of salt. Now you're going to use your salt and pepper according to your own taste. If you like a little saltier, by all means, use more. Okay, then don't forget to season the other side, so we're going to flip it over here. Add a little bit of olive oil to this side. Okay, we're just going to rub it out. Okay. Little onion powder here. So I'm going to add the onion powder. Black pepper. And some salt. Okay, so we added some salt, some onion powder, some black pepper. I'm going to put a little dry parsley on the top here. Okay, give it flavor and a little bit of color too. We're just going to pack that in. Okay, so I'm going to get that into the power air fry oven at about 400 degrees for about 12 to 15 minutes. While that's heating up, I'm going to show you how to get the steam packet ready for the asparagus. So I'll see you then. For the asparagus, it's pretty simple. I'm sure most of you already know how to cook asparagus, but I'll just show you for the people that don't. You take your asparagus and you bend it you know, where it snaps, just like that, that's the part that you want. This part here is going to be a little tough to eat. So because we're steaming, we want just the most tender parts. Then you take your bunch of asparagus, line them all up, put your size piece here so you know which way to cut it. And you're just going to cut right down to that size there. So now you can save the asparagus and throw it into a soup, and just get a nice broth going for it, or toss them out, that's fine too. So now I have a piece of aluminum foil. We want the dull side up. Okay, I'm gonna add a little olive oil here to the asparagus, and we're gonna just toss them up a little bit. Toss them up. A little bit of salt, and I'm using Himalayan pink salt. I prefer it. I think it has a nicer flavor. It has that saltiness without the sodium. Okay, some black pepper. Put that on there. A little bit of onion powder. And again, you can season with anything you want. I'm just using what I have here. Okay, some parsley flakes. And I've got some garlic that I'm going to put right in the center here. Okay, because I want this to steam from the bottom. Okay, so just going to toss these around a little bit just to make sure that they get coated. Okay. Put that right on the top here. And you want to spread them out, not too much, but you know, just enough to make them even. You don't want them all clumped up. Okay, add the rest of the garlic here. And I've got some sprigs of thyme and some sage leaves. I'm going to throw those on the top here, like that. And some rosemary. Just put that on there, on top. Okay, so now, just move that over. Now you're going to close this up this way here. So you want to fold it from the back to the front, like that. Fold that over here. And basically you're just making a pocket to steam. I give it a couple of folds here just to keep it from leaking out. Okay, feel where it stops. Same thing, just fold that up. Okay, same thing on the back side. Fold that up. Like that. So now you have a nice little steam pouch, which I'm going to throw at the bottom of the power air fry oven while the pork chops are cooking. This is going to steam in probably around 7 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes. Won't take long. Looks like the pork chops are probably at about 10 minutes now. I had them in there for 15 minutes at 400. About halfway through, about 7 minutes, I'm going to flip them over and stuff this in there. So I'll show you what they look like when I flip them over. Okay, so it's been in there for about half the time. I put 15 minutes, so we're about 8 minutes right now. 8 minutes left. I'm just going to give them a flip here and take a quick look at them. Okay, so you can see. Just give them a quick flip. Okay, and put them right back on that top rack. Okay. Now I'm going to grab the packet of asparagus. We're going to slide that at the bottom and continue cooking, and we'll see you in about 8 minutes. Okay, it just came out. Looking good. Didn't split at all. You can see that looks fantastic. We're going to cut into it and give it a taste now. Now the asparagus again was in there for about 8 minutes towards the end. This whole entire meal cooked in about 15 minutes at 400 degrees in the power air fry oven. So let's try the asparagus first. Now it's pretty tender, you know, nice and steamed. It's still got a little bit of crunch to it. Now it's real good. You know, nice and light, fresh. Okay, let's cut open this pork chop and give it a shot and see what it looks like on the inside. Oh, this looks great. This looks great. I mean, you can see this. See this here? That looks really nice. Really nice. The cheese melted nicely in there. It stayed together. I didn't use any toothpicks or anything to tie it down. So when you make the pocket with the small opening, it stays in there. It doesn't leak out. So it stays intact. So let's give this a taste, and you can see it cooked really nicely. So it cooked all the way through, so it's nice and cooked and juicy. You can see the juice is just running in there. So let's give this a shot. Nice and tender. Nice flavor. You can taste the seasoning, the little spices, a little salt and pepper in it. It's all in there. The pork stayed nice and tender in there, so it's nice and juicy. If you give this recipe a try, let me know what you think. Put some comments down at the bottom. Give me some thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And check out some of the other videos I have here on the side here. You can click on here. I've got some playlists for you. So I'll see you in the next video.